Max Verstappen won the 2022 Hungarian Grand Prix last weekend from P10 with a pitch-perfect performance of Red Bull's strategy. Meanwhile, seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton finished ahead of his pole-sitting Mercedes teammate George Russell. It was without a doubt a great victory for the Dutchman. Let's take a look at his brilliant performance. Hey guys, welcome back to the Max Verstappen Formula 1 channel, the best place for your daily dose of trending news and facts regarding Max Verstappen and Formula 1. Before we proceed, hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell for more exciting updates. The fact that Red Bull's top strategies and Max's talent are a great combination has been proved many times, and it was demonstrated again during the race in Hungary. The Dutchman maintained a clean start, pulled off a soft medium-medium strategy, undercutting the Ferraris and eventually passing Charles Leclerc's hard-tired Ferrari for the lead, for what he admitted was an improbable victory from 10th on the grid after power unit issues cost him in qualifying. It was very good. I was battling a lot of guys, so it was a lot of fun out there. A crazy race, and of course very happy that we won it. I was of course hoping I could get close to the podium, but very tricky conditions out there. But we had a really good race strategy. We were really reactive and always pitting at the right time. I think we had some good outlaps, and at the end, even with the 360, we won the race. That spin was Verstappen's only slip-up in Hungary, where he further delivered a flawless performance. There were also mild circumstances for the spin. We struggled a bit with the clutch, the gear change didn't go quite right, we had to adjust some things to prevent the clutch from burning. That affected the performance, which is why I spun. Pirelli manager Mario Isola was also impressed by Max Verstappen. It wasn't so much the tactics of Verstappen and Red Bull that impressed him, he explained. We had already indicated that that was a good strategy, and that was just confirmed in this way, Isola said. It's purely the performance of Verstappen that amazed him. To win the race, after a spin and starting from 10th position, you don't see that every day. It is the second year in a row that the Hungarian winner has come from outside the top four, but only the fourth time that it has happened in the circuit's history. Last year, it was Esteban Ocon who won the Hungarian Grand Prix after a tremendously chaotic opening lap and red flag. The order was completely shaken up, the top drivers dropped out or were at the back, after which Esteban Ocon took profit. With the 2022 race, it was just Valtteri Bottas who had a DNF. The Formula 1 audience rewarded the Red Bull driver with the honorary title of Driver of the Day after his advance. He was elected with 34% of the votes. To put that in perspective, Hamilton came in second with 16% of the vote. Red Bull also struck a blow in the pit lane, and how? Sergio Perez's pit stop was not just the fastest pit stop of the race, it was the fastest pit stop of the season, and therefore the fastest pit stop with 18-inch tyres. I think nobody really expected this result. But we said to each other, we have to remain calm before the race, and I think we did that. We made all the right calls and the race was a bit hectic in the first lap, getting a bit boxed in and staying out of trouble, Max said. But after that, we did a few overtakes. But yes, we pitted at the right time, we put the right tyres on the car. I think that at the time we planned it. And then I basically saw that Charles was struggling a lot on the hard tyre, so that was my moment to try and attack him. I got him, then I spun, did a 360, lost a position again, but yes, it was a bit unlucky of course. But then we kept our heads down, got them back again, and pulled a gap. The reigning world champion noted that his soft-tyred laps to the grid convinced his strategists that hard tyres were not the right compounds for the race. Leclerc started out on hard compounds, but after 15 laps he decided to switch to soft compounds, finishing 6th from the front row. We were planning to start on the hard tyres, but then I went to the grid on soft tyres and I was already struggling for grip, so I was like, no way we're going to start on hards. It's also credit to the team, because we of course planned our strategy around that on the hard tyre, and then I said, okay, we're switching to softs. We had a lot of confidence, just changing it around. I'm very happy that we did because the hard tyre was really tough, and you could see that with Charles and Carlos. They were sliding around a lot. After we made our minds up about the softs, that hard tyre was never a consideration. It's of course very hard to be always on the good side. Let's say it like that, but I think we have a lot of good guys in the team, and girls as well. Today, I think Hannah Schmitz, our strategist, was insanely calm, and she is very good, he added. Verstappen now has an 80-point lead over Leclerc leading into the summer break, with 4th place finisher Perez only 5 behind the Ferrari driver. Furthermore, Red Bull are 97 points ahead of Ferrari and Mercedes are just 30 points behind the Scuderia. It's of course a great lead, said Verstappen, but we cannot have too many days like we had yesterday. and even today we had a few little issues with the clutch and the upshifts, which was not great to drive. Verstappen was able to undercut Sainz with a pit stop on lap 39, and he also had the advantage over Leclerc because the Monegasques started on medium tyres before switching to the same compound after a first long stint. Leclerc, who was in the lead, pitted from hard tyres well after Verstappen. Soon after, the Dutchman easily passed his competitor, making it evident that hard tyres weren't the solution. Leclerc dropped to P6, switching back to soft tyres, and Verstappen went on to win by 7.8 seconds. Verstappen was forced to overtake Leclerc once more as a result of his 360-degree spin at the penultimate circuit, which nearly cost him his race. Verstappen's undercut was successful. The stop moved him past Russell and towards the hard-shod Leclerc. Verstappen swept by the Ferrari on lap 41 down the inside of turn 1 due to Leclerc's cold tyres and his own. Verstappen had executed a great strategy that might have given him the race's net lead, even while Sainz was leading Hamilton. After taking his pole position on Saturday, George Russell was forced to settle for third place in Sunday's Hungarian Grand Prix, and the Mercedes driver admitted to feeling mixed emotions after missing out on his first win in Formula 1, claiming that he and his team had done everything right. He wasn't able to hold off the quicker Leclerc for long after swapping to the medium tyre. Definitely mixed emotions, but incredibly tricky conditions out there. We had rain drizzling throughout the race at different points, said Russell. And when I was on the grid and it was drizzling and we were on the soft tyres, I thought this was great because everyone around me was on the mediums. It was a bit tricky at the beginning and we pulled a big gap to the cars around and I thought it was great. Unfortunately, the rain kind of slowly stopped, the medium runners caught us up and we had to react and pit quite early, which was the right decision. I do think Charles and Max do still have the upper hand on pure pace, and I'm sure Red Bull were just cruising out front, said Russell. Obviously, Max and I were on identical strategies, so we need to see where they were quicker than us, and he probably had a 1/10 and half or 2/10 on me, and then obviously Ferrari going onto the hards, which was a bit of an odd call. In these conditions, there was no way the hards were going to work, so I do feel for Charles, because he's been doing a stellar job all season, but that's racing, and as a team, we capitalised on it. So what can you say about Verstappen's performance? Was it his talent that made him win the race, or did he get lucky? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any updates about Max Verstappen and Formula 1. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next video. Goodbye.